there's always a constant open line of communication between the parents and the teachers, which I really appreciate that, because if I just feel like something's off with my daughter or son, I could have contacted the teachers. And that happened many times throughout the years where, you know, you're like, is something going on at school? I'm not sure. And they were approachable.
I'm Glenn Herbert, and I'm an editor with Our Kids. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading private schools to gain insights into their programs, culture, traditions, and leadership. This includes insights from parents, alumni, and administrators. This is the Our Kids Insider Perspective.
Sure. So we had moved to Oakville maybe about 10 years ago, and we were looking for what school to put the kids in. And the public school is always the system that I would have expected to put my kids in, but the school in this area wasn't necessarily a really good school. And so we went to visit the public school here, and then I didn't get a great feeling about it. And so, I mean, nobody had any time to pay attention to you. And that was kind of where I felt like if they don't have time to pay attention to a parent, they'll definitely not have time to pay attention to the children, and they'll just get forgotten. And I didn't want that for my kids. So it was a big process to think about, do we want to make this investment? Because it is an investment to pay for private school. And so we visited at least 3 or 4 private schools, and we, after meeting the individuals, the teachers at OCS and the admin staff, and getting a tour of the school, we just felt like OCS was the place for the kids to be. We just felt like this was going to be a great environment for them. I mean, they were really young when they started. My daughter was in preschool, right? So I think she was 2.5 when she started, and my son was 5. So they were really young. They would come home and sing all the time. Like at that age in kindergarten, they were doing a lot of singing and dancing. And my daughter in preschool, she came home and was telling me things. And I was like, you're only in preschool. How do you know things already, right? Like you're learning your alphabet and your numbers and your songs and memorizing scripture and so much more. And I think that was what was great about it. Like they were learning at school at that young age. It wasn't just, oh, I was playing all day, or my teacher read me some books or something. Like they were coming home. My son in kindergarten would have a little bit of homework, not much, but things that we could work with him and help him on. And I think that was great. It's got to be the teachers. Yeah, definitely. From every grade, they've enjoyed the teachers. I've even asked them before, you know, in an effort to save money, you know, do you want to try the public school now or something? You guys are older. And they're like, they're like, no way. That they love the teachers. Yeah. I appreciate, honestly, it's the instruction of the teachers. The fact that the teachers teach them, it's a faith-based instruction. So that's what we were looking for as Christians, and strong Christian values, but also the teachers are just so qualified. They not only are academically strong to teach our kids, they loved our kids. And I think that's what I love about the school, that I know my kids are cared for every day. I've seen the teachers hug the kids, like I've seen them care for our kids, and that I just appreciate, because I know they're safe. I know that they're learning, and I know that they're doing well. There's not much I think the school can improve on. I'm sure there's something. I don't know. I guess like in getting the kids to have that love relationship the same way that kids love the teachers, like love the kids, the other kids love the other students and their peers just as much as they love the teachers, right? That maybe that, I don't know, the schools run really well. And I think even the transition, my son transitioning out of grade 8 and over to grade 9, he's excelled in everything. Like his grade 9 year is almost over, and he did not struggle one bit. And so I thought that was fantastic. Like, he didn't need any help. He's like gotten over 90s in all his grade 9 courses. Like, they prepared him well. Surprised me. I think it's, well, I'll go back to the teachers. I didn't realize they would care that much for the kids. Like, even teachers who didn't have my kids knew my kids and would comment. The other thing is that the staff and the teachers are all very honest. So like, if your child is not doing something right, they will discipline it. And that I appreciate. Like, I appreciate that they just don't, you know, throw something under the rug and hope it doesn't happen again. They do address it. And, you know, some schools would just kind of shy away from it or say, don't do it again, right? But they would actually communicate with us and discipline the children as well, like teach them right from wrong, which is good. Another set of parents. Yeah, I think it is for them to provide a great learning environment for their kids, for the kids and the students, and doing that through the Christian faith and showing love through academics. So it's not just about academics. I think that that's what I appreciate about the school. It's not about just learn the subject and move on. It's about applying it, and it's about, you know, character, building character within the kids as well. Our community, it's a mix of people from different countries. We have a lot of international families, both from the States and across from Africa and Europe as well. We have mixed in sizes of families. We have families with like up to 4 kids, families with single kids. And then we also have a mix of families who actually believe in the Christian faith and others who don't. We have families who have chosen to come to the school even though they don't believe, just because of the characters of the school. My son has done really well in math at OCS, where he's been in many competitions and he's excelled. But one of the biggest things that was a great achievement for him, and not because of an award or anything, but because of the experience, was going, he went to an event in his last year. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was like a United Nations type of simulation. And he really enjoyed the experience. He also did win a certificate for that too, just for his speech area and knowing his country that he was representing. But just the experience of attending there, he really excelled in it, and it showed him a different side of himself. Took him outside of his box to do that, because it was amongst many other schools and you were being graded by other people, and it was just a few people from the school that went. So he really enjoyed that. My daughter, I think one of the things she really enjoyed was being in the school play, to be honest. They did an Annie production before the pandemic, and she really enjoyed taking part of that. And it's just so fun to like, you go to like, it was almost like you went to a night out at a play at the school, and you know, they did programs, and it was like, you got seated, and it was just exciting to like see her up on the stage, and they did the full production of Annie, and it was exciting. I think that was, it was great to see her in a different element, really.
That's nice to see that they have an art element too. I feel like it's overlooked in a lot of schools.
Oh yeah, they do. They do like several concerts a year, plus they try to do like a production. So the year before the pandemic, they were planning on doing The Little Mermaid, but it obviously stopped because of the pandemic, but they had started and they were ready to go. But it's like really well done for the kids to do it too. And I think it's a great experience for them to enjoy the arts, right? The teachers, they are open, they're approachable every week from kindergarten all the way up to grade 8. I got something called a WAG, which is a week at a glance, from the teachers on a Friday for the next week. So as parents, we got to know what was going on in the classroom too, and not just rely on the kids telling us what was going on. So that was helpful, because there was there's always a constant open line of communication between the parents and the teachers, which I really appreciate that, because if I just feel like something's off with my daughter or son, I could have contacted the teachers. And that happened many times throughout the years where, you know, you're like, is something going on at school? I'm not sure. And they were approachable. They're always approachable. And you can have that conversation with them. Same with the admin staff. Like the admin staff, they don't teach the kids, but they know those kids more than anybody. They really knew their names. They knew their characteristics. They, you know, knew when a child was not telling the truth, what to do. And so I liked that everybody between the admin staff, all the way, like from the principal going all the way through the school, everybody was approachable. So the first reason would be the academic excellence. It's a goal of the teachers for the students, and they do things called a school-wide enrichment model, and like it's called a double IM investigation method. Like they try to teach the kids good habits in academics as well. It's not just about teaching the content, but how to apply the content and how to learn in different methods. And so that that's one of the strengths I find of the school. And a second one is the values of the school. So I think I've touched on this already. The Christian values of the school, that bedrock, that helps them focus on, you know, what's the most important thing in life for them. And it provides opportunities for, you know, the kids to participate in different ways, because there's chapel every week. And so the kids get to participate in chapel or do different things along those lines. And then I think the ability for participation would be my last one. Like there are so many different areas a child could participate. It could be sports, but it could be knitting club, it could be math competitions, circus club, music club. And so between all of that, plus like overnight trips, like the overnight trips, the fact that they start at grade 4, not during the pandemic, but that they start at grade 4, that's a great experience for the kids to be able to go away for 2 nights and 3 days and be away from their parents at that young age and learn that and have fun with their teachers and classes. It's a great experience. And so I think that between all of that and then just the way that the teachers and the staff work together with you to partner with you, I think all of those things make this a great school. I think I would say that just, well, one, I made a good decision. I'm happy with my decision. For advice for new families, I'd say go for it. Like there's nothing to lose if you try it, even if you're not a Christian, because it's a great, loving place for your kids and they excel in academics as well. It's not just about Christian values, but it's about academics mixed together. And it's worth the investment. I think that that's what it would come down to. Like my son is in public high school right now, because now I'm starting to save for university for him, but the investing in the kids in the younger years and spending that money, it's so worth it because the teachers invest so much time and effort in coaching your children one by one individually. You can't put a dollar on it. So I would highly recommend making that investment.
For more information about this school, you can visit their profile at ourkids.net.